So what you do is you train your body, and this is what you'll be doing with the women, and you have to do this without men, is you train your body to feel what it's feeling for real, but then you allow it to amplify through your body, a lot like a musical instrument. I don't know how many of you play a musical instrument, but like a guitar is like an empty body, and it's just a little string. If you didn't have that body and you played a string, it would go like, beep, beep, it's because when you play it, it resonates through the body, it goes boom, or a piano has. So musical instruments, or you blow into a thing, it's the way that it resonates that makes the music, and that's what you're doing. You're making music with your body. You're taking a very subtle response and you're allowing it to magnify through the guitar box or piano box, or you're allowing it to magnify through your body so others can enjoy your art. In this case, how do you allow these subtle, invisible to men especially, how do you allow these subtle feelings to magnify through your actual physical body so your man, as dense as he is, so your man realizes moment by moment, without you having to say anything, that you're responding to how present he is. Like he gets that because he can't ignore it. You're alternately orgasming him and chopping off his head every 5 seconds, essentially. I mean, it's like, fuck, yes, no, yeah. I mean, if you really express it, it would be like that. You're moving in that direction. A third stage man wants to stabilize enough so when you move in that direction, you're more on the yes, yes, no, yes, yes, but that sensitive. The less sensitive a man is, the more first stagey he is, the more Rolex he is, the less sensitive he wants his partner to be. He wants a bimbo who puts up with his totally limited consciousness, basically. So you're all very conscious women or you wouldn't be here, but I just spent with room with more men than this, to be honest, who are equally, if not more, conscious men, meaning that many of them have worked with me for years. So some of you have too. The people are there, I promise the people are there, and they say the same thing. Well, David, if I spend hours doing this, I mean, what's the use? I mean, I've never met a woman who could even handle me the way I am. It's like, well, so it's like, show me how, I'll say something to them like, show me how you express that you're present with a woman. And I'll go, okay. Or something like that, and I go, okay. This is why you're not with a woman. But the same thing's true in your reciprocal. If I took a photo of you now, if it wouldn't make a man go, that's a responsive goddess, you're not going to get that man. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a moment by moment thing, and it's not a specific shape. There's nothing to imitate. It's literal responsiveness. So if you're like feeling the wind in your body, without even thinking about it, your body's kind of connected to the wind a little. And if you're very sensitive to your body, the easiest way to start, eventually you're consciously connected to everything, but the easiest way to start is to feel your heartbeat if you can. And women can also often feel a pulse in their womb or cervical area, and we also use the throat. These are like there's pulses in your wrist, pulses in your ankle. You know how you could take people's pulses. So there are real pulses all through your body that most of us have become used to. Like when we put on glasses, we forget and we don't feel them anymore, but I'm pointing them out to you. So there's pulses in your body, there's feelings in your body, there's a cerebrospinal pulse that goes through the spine very subtly. And as you become sensitive to and like sacred dance and various traditions are about opening those through practice. What you want to do is the feminine practitioner, if you want a third stage man, if you want to attract this rare but definitely existing kind of man we're talking about, your body, so it has, to be clear, it has literally nothing to do with like red hair, blonde hair, brown hair, age, size, fat, thin. If your body is able to, from the inside, respond to his consciousness, so if your throat spontaneously goes, oh, in response to his consciousness, if your heart spontaneously flutters, which I'm sure it does in response to real presence, but if also your womb spontaneously responds and you feel all those, your womb, your heart, your throat, which naturally respond. You kind of want to say something, your heart's fluttering, if your body's clamped down from a day as a CEO, you've lost that guy. You'll never get a man like that. He cannot feel that you're waiting for that. He just feels another CEO. He's been with a CEO all day. That's not who he wants to be intimate with. So you must train your body, and this is the answer. I'm going to stop here, but you need to train your body daily to let go of the in our culture, hyper-masculinized, temporally goal-oriented stress, and come to the sensitivity of letting yourselves feel what's in your body and letting it come through your body so other people feel it as authentic, connected, and magnified. You'll think you're doing it, but you're not. So like other women are the best people to reflect this. You don't have a man dealing with it, but you want to be able to articulate super subtle, like ouch, like when a man hurts you just a tiny bit. So a man's at the dinner table and you turn to him to say something and you see that he's watching TV. Just that little ouch. You know what I mean? Just that little tiny thing. Without thinking about it, you might go, oh, like it would hurt, and he'd go, huh? And there'd be nothing to say. You go, nothing. But he's not an idiot if you're with him. So over time, he'll notice, Jesus Christ, I'm hurting. I was looking at the TV and I heard her. Like, that's how you cultivate his third stage. So you cannot, if you catch him looking at the TV at dinner, I think you know what I mean, like, and it hurts your heart, but because you're a second stage woman, you go, well, he could be able to watch TV. I watch TV sometime, I should let him. If you do that, if you suppress your actual response, you keep a second stage man. He has no way to know that's hurting. Oh, hi, dear. Yeah. You want to watch this with me? Sure. And you're like, to have him grow into his third stage, which we all want, you must go into your third stage, which looks like a bodily response to the nuances of his awareness, his consciousness, where he's directing his attention. So when his attention's deep into your love and your heart, your body needs to show the ecstasy and bliss of that. When his attention is off and stupidly off, like if he's concentrating on something important, that would turn you on. But if he's concentrating on something stupid in the moment, irrelevant to the moment, that would immediately hurt or turn you off. And your body needs to show that within a half a second in order for him's consciousness to brighten with yours and to create that third stage fuck or communion, just like a Rolex or a conversation would. The third stage erotic conversation is that, his consciousness and your response. Everything, I mean, you could just be having a glass of wine, but he doesn't, the whole thing is his consciousness and your response. You're both equally conscious and responsive. It's just, I'm talking about that polarized, you're trying to create that polarized, you're playing the polarity. You're not there with a friend. If you're there with a friend, you just both talk, you just enjoy each other lovingly. I'm talking about how do you enjoy each other lovingly and want to kill each other and fuck? Like, how do you create such intense desire for each other that you want to interpenetrate? Don't do this with your friends. Don't do this with your colleagues. I'm only talking about your intimacy. We have one day, so I want to focus on, take all this stuff and how do you attract the man or woman, and how do you attract in your man or woman this third stage capacity. And that's what the rest of my talking, what the women will be helping you with, what you'll be helping each other with. And I'll pause here.